Rage of Aquarius with your hosts Dan Smurglio and Josh Bernstein.
Good evening, everybody. It's Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's time for the Rage of Aquarius. So I'm your host, Dan, joined by Mr. Josh Bernstein right there, fresh from Tel Aviv. And,
right.
We are here to do our weekly routine, if you will, because there's so much to talk about. So as always, you are listening on the Voice of People USA Radio and Television Network, found at VOPUSARadio.com, VOPUSARadio.com, and on Roku, Fire, Android, and Apple TV. Search VOPUSA, and Android and Apple search VOPUSA and download the apps. They're free. So there you go. So what's up, man?
Well, first, let's start with this. Let's start with some serious business here. We just heard that Rudy Giuliani is now in critical condition, and so we want to give our best prayers, of course, to Rudy and his family. He's an incredible patriot, took down the mob, cleaned up New York City, just incredible. And also Jim and Joe Hoft, actually. Jim actually endorsed my book. He was kind enough to endorse Preserving Liberty, but he's having some heart issues. And his brother Joe actually had a stroke. So thoughts and prayers go out to both the Hoff brothers and, of course, Rudy Giuliani.
Absolutely. I was very upset to hear about Rudy. Do we know what happened to him by chance, or is this a vague statement? I know the president, obviously, he put out the mass alert system on that one. The Hoffs, I heard about that, but the Rudy one, I mean, that was only 45 minutes ago. I think the president put out the tweet about that, but that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, we remember last year he helped a good Samaritan out of a dangerous situation, and then I guess was rear-ended or something. It seems a little fishy to me, even to this day. But from that, he had a lacerated kidney. He had broken ribs. I mean, he was in pretty bad shape. So I don't know if this is something that was carrying over from that, or perhaps something different or new. I don't know, but I do hope that he's okay and that he can make a good full recovery. So.
Yeah, one of the best interviews I ever got to do was actually with Rudy Giuliani, and that was like I was a little bit of a fanboy with that one because it was Rudy. He should have been the first Italian president, but his campaign screwed him. But guy's a legend, and he was such a cool person to have on the show, and just was so much fun. He'd talk about anything and everything. He was great. Yeah. So I'm hoping they all get well soon, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what do we roll into first? I mean, I would like to, bring up the Iran thing. Did you see the points of the deal that Iran laid out, which was just laughable?
It's a total joke. Total joke.
Like literally, we'll stop our uranium enrichment for 15 years and keep only a trace element for public, and then we want you out of the region, and we like. Who the hell are you? And then,
exactly.
I saw a report before about allegedly a ship was struck by Iran in the Strait. I don't know if there's any meat on that bone or not, if it's true. But nevertheless, obviously the president announced that we're now going to be doing the convoys essentially in the Strait. And, I think we're close, like you told the reporter. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. But, the right move is because their terms are laughable at best. So,
absolutely.
I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to come, and I think it's going to come soon. I've always thought this, but the inevitable end of them is near.
Gosh, I hope so. Look, I know he announced the other day that, quote, hostilities or whatever have ceased or whatever, so there's no more hostilities. But if you think about how President Trump works, that's part of his shadow diplomacy, because obviously the left is going to run with that. And the international media is going to run with that. And so people somehow in Iran are going to hear that the president doesn't want to bomb us anymore. But let's not forget that we were in a ceasefire. And so the War Powers Act stops when you're in a ceasefire. So technically he could say that overall our hostilities and kinetic energy and that type of thing, wartime fighting is over. But that doesn't leave the 2 weeks of that ceasefire. So he could be setting them up. And in my opinion, I believe that's what he's doing. I think he's getting a lot of intelligence, obviously, from not just them, but Mossad, from the IDF, from U.A.E. and Saudi Arabia and all the rest in the area that want this regime gone. Don't think they don't. They do. And I think that there's going to be one last battle, whatever that battle may be, ground troops, maybe not, we don't know. But I think there's going to be one more salvo before this thing ends, and hopefully that ends with the regime no longer in power.
Well, it's interesting. While the cuck cowards, the fake MAGA, like to go on there and say, "Oh, look how weak President Trump is. He extended a ceasefire. What a loser. He doesn't have the courage to end it or just pull out and admit that he was wrong." In reality, the longer you extend, the more time it gives you to finish the job. While simultaneously, the newer version of the mother of all bombs, I forgot what this is called. It's some type of energy something Moab, and they now have over 20,000 of them surrounding Iran. So these have just arrived in the Persian Gulf. This is all within this last 5 days. So over 20,000. One Moab could, it took out ISIS. And now these are apparently more powerful, 20,000 of them. So
yeah, these are even bigger than the ones that are known as the GBU 457s, which were dropped down into Fordo's military installation there, and went like 350 to 400 feet down. I mean, we talked about this back then, and it's just unbelievable that the amount of technology and fighting power and everything else it just keeps growing and growing and growing. And that's why we got to make sure that we keep that under wraps and make sure that our enemies never get a hold of any of that technology and try to duplicate it. Even if they did, it wouldn't be this generation, because we're advancing so much that it would be like 5 or 6 generations back, and we would have already had something invented that could take out that as well. So, we are superior firepower for sure.
So again, the play and the obvious thing here is, Trump says biding time to buy time. And he's never going to telegraph what he's doing or how he's going to do it. And people, I wish to God they would just figure that out already, but they're too stupid. So, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So interesting. And then what about his comments about Cuba, that the takeover of Cuba is going to begin almost immediately? I mean,
yeah, he basically said, all we have to do is put one of our tankers about 100 feet offshore, and they go, okay, we surrender.
Yep.
So I thought he's such a great troll, right?
He's
great.
This
guy's the best troll in the world.
Absolutely fantastic.
But I don't think it's going to happen that quickly. I think that we've got to stabilize Iran. We've got to put in the right people to make sure that they're not going to immediately start killing all of their people, because that guy, Ahmad Vahidi, who really is running the country from the IRGC, he said our next war is not against the United States or Israel. It's against our own people.
Yep.
So that goes to show you that once this thing is over, if they're still left in power, they are going to slaughter probably 35% of the entire population. Yeah. Believe me, they will. That's why they've got to go.
And also, there's reports coming out again, and they're becoming very Iran won't touch them. But the Kurds have been alleged in the UN of arming more and more Iranian citizens, and they think that Israel's involved in that as well. And
I hope
good.
So.
That's exactly what needs to happen. Keep arming them. And you saw again the other night, 2 nights ago, Iranian citizens stormed another city and they took over buildings and they were armed. They were armed, which is a big no-no in that country. So it's refreshing to see. Empower them. And call me crazy, but I'm going to make a little projection here. Prediction. There you go. Prediction. And I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere soon, sometime soon, because I think a lot of the back channel stuff has been done already. And I think the takeover and the running of Cuba is not going to be anything even remotely military. It's going to be, I believe they already have bent the knee. And I believe that he will do it somehow, either right before we start striking Iran again, or there's going to be a distractionary play, because he's going to mimic the Psy-Op world and what they do. Again, everybody's focused on A, while C, D, and E are all over here. He's going to play them, and he's going to do a little thing called a rope-a-dope. And I honestly believe that while everybody's focused on what's the president doing here, blah, 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 all this crap, then that's when either we're going to begin the final bombing, the final solution of the IRGC, if you will, or there's something coming with that. That's my thought. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and you might be right. I mean, look what he did on January 3rd, with Venezuela.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
so I would
and even February 28th, they thought they were going to be attacked during the nighttime, and they were hit right in the middle in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. So President Trump keeps things, unpredictable on purpose, which is great.
Which I love, and it's refreshing to see.
It is.
There's nothing greater than, and that's what I always say. Oh, attack under the cloak of darkness. No, let them see you coming. You know what? That's just, yes, it's dangerous at times, but at the same time, show the strength, show the fearlessness, and say, here, we're coming for you. You get to watch it happen. Of course, you can't see all of it, even in broad daylight, but still, I love that. I love that power move and that power play. It's intimidation of the greatest way. It's just amazing. So, all right. So where do I want to start? Is there anything you want to jump into real quick?
No, I mean, you can just, go down the line of the clips. I mean, I know we've got quite a bit of them.
We have a few.
Some of them are funny, some of them are serious, some of them are wacky.
Yeah, so
a little bit for everybody, right?
I want to start with this one because I have feelings on this one, and I'll get into it after we play it. But that's me. So let me see here. Let's see if I can do it. Wait. Oh, there we go. We can take that. All right. Can you see it good?
Good enough. Yeah. I mean, I think so.
Hang on 1 second. Let me. I can go full screen here as we produce in real time. So hang on, and boom. There we go. I mean, it cuts us off, but that's okay.
That's okay.
All right. Here we go. This clip coming to you now.
Go out the Dana, smoke in the sky. We were coughing in the kitchen, she was saying bye-bye. Spencer, saca la basura. Look what she left on our block. L.A. looking like a closet where the junk can talk. Spencer, saca la basura. Bag it up, roll it out to the street. Latinos por Pratt, we're singing because we're tired of this dirty beat. Sleek and smooth, World Cup coming, nowhere to move. Just lines, delays, we're studying that. But every single pothole still attacks my tires flat. Spencer, saca la basura. All this mess, all this spin, from Hollywood to City Hall. Feels like the trash moved in. Spencer, saca la basura. Tweet that nonsense fast. Latinos, Port Pratt, we're laughing, cause this clown show can't last. She's calling everyone comrade in the town hall seat while the tents pop up like mushrooms on the heat. Homeless brought on every corner, money gone poof, but she swears it's all accounted, we just stare at the roof. Hollywood's packing, they're leaving the lot. You're losing the movies, but she shrugs on the spot. She's busy with slogans, we're stuck in a jam. We just want a mayor who can take out the can. Hey! Spencer, saca la basura. Pick it up, haul it away. From the busted roads to the broken vows, we're done with yesterday. Spencer, saca la basura. Latinos for Pratt make way. Clean streets, clear plans, fresh start. May in 2026, ole! Saca la basura. Saca la basura. A la vez. Latinos for Pratt. We shout till the trash gets taken out.
I figured let's play that in its entirety because, it is kind of catchy. Not that I'm exactly a fan of that style of music, but, great ad. Great ad.
It's amazing. And, he's really taken it to these two commies, these two socialists, basically, because he's pointing out what the city would continue to look like. There's one video of him where he does like a Los Angeles homes, cribs kind of thing, where he's like, "Hey, come in, check out my trailer,"
Yeah,
and
he's
it's
living in a
literally
trailer.
like a little trailer because his house burned down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's the visual aspect of that, and he's being really bold and brave here. And whether he has experience or not, who cares? I really truly hope this guy wins the Los Angeles mayor, because if he is, he'll help clean up that city. And look, all it took was one person to have their house burned down and say, "I've had enough. I'm going to go and run, and I'm going to fix things." So God bless him. I hope he wins.
Now, is he running as a Republican?
Yes.
Yes,
He's running.
okay.
He's running as a Republican for the Los Angeles mayor, but he is like crushing it. I mean, he's showing their socialist homes. He's showing clips of them talking about how they love socialism and communism. He's bold and he's brave, kind of the book, but he's really kicking ass. And I really hope that he wins, because if he does, I think he's gonna clean up the city. I mean, obviously he's gonna run into all the leftists and all the other agencies, and he's got to clean all that out and everything else. But it's a step in the right direction for Los Angeles.
And call me crazy, but I just don't give a shit about Hollywood at all.
I
So
don't either.
how is he famous? Like, who is he?
Apparently, he was on some type of reality television show. That's all I know. And I think he's either married to now or was married to someone named, I think, Heidi Montag or something. I don't
Heidi
know.
Montag.
Yeah.
That's
what
the
was
one?
she? Is she like an actress or model
An
or
actress.
something?
I think she's an
Okay.
actress. I don't know if she's a
I don't
musician.
know.
I don't know.
I have no idea, nor do I give a shit. Bottom line is, he had his house burned down in the Palisades, beautiful home, and he said enough is enough, and he's going around and he's doing exactly what I want Andy Biggs to do in Arizona. Go after these left-wing scumbags with a vengeance in the state. Do creative ads like this, or walking down and showing all the homeless encampments and saying, "This is what she built," like that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Because that visual aspect on social media, then they see it and they share it, and the next thing you know, it's got millions and millions and millions of views, and boom, he shoots up because he's willing to say what the others won't say, and I like
Well,
that.
It's important to do that because, it's funny. I know a candidate running for, the primary challenging Susan Collins, that it was well over a year ago. God, Hollis recorded a certain someone's fat ass walking down the streets of Madawaska and showing it the Valley of the Tombstones and all the closed businesses and, multi-million-dollar benches and rocks that they put up. And I'm not even being sarcastic, and it's like, and people were offended by that video because you're showing the truth. And they don't like that.
Exactly.
So you have to be bold and you have to not give a shit. And somebody like him, obviously, he has the money in order to do it and not be
Right.
beholden to the masters. So that's a plus,
Exactly. And so here I wanted to ask you, obviously you heard about Janet Mills, right? Leaving the race. And so I guess you are, technically a write-in candidate. I went to the Ballotpedia and they said that you and like two other people were banned from even running. How the hell does that happen? And why did they tell you were banned from running?
They haven't. I haven't been told Hollis about that yet. They didn't officially tell me that I'm banned from running, but apparently it is out there. Yes, because the GOP of Maine did what they do best, and they lied. Again, right in the beginning of the phone call that Hollis recorded, when they told me it's $1 million to be a serious candidate, and they're not going to put their thumb on the scale until after the primary, and then it obviously came out and immediately endorsed Susan Collins. So that's the game they play because, the other ones, they're kind of no-namers, which so am I. But, I pushed things pretty far and I went after and I had people, please stop attacking the main GOP. Absolutely not. They deserve to be attacked because they're horrible, corrupt, and they're evil and they're in bed with the other side, so everybody's getting rich and the state's dying and the people are dying. So now allegedly they said I'm banned from running, which again, they cannot stop you from being a write-in candidate. So,
Right. Right.
with all due respect, they can go fuck themselves, straight to hell. And that's why I will not officially drop out no matter what, because after learning that one, it's like, oh, that's a special one. You think somebody reached out to me and said it? No. But I had somebody, it's funny because I had somebody in Texas the other day call me and ask if they could send money in the mail and donate to me. Texas, because people outside the state care more about those, what's going on.
Yeah, than inside the state. Exactly.
And
And, it's interesting because with her dropping out, not that she was any better, but
No.
it seems like they're trying to do like this communist takeover.
Yes.
Now, just the other day, there was a video that was released that showed all of his old posts on Reddit, and he's talking about how he hates black people. He's talking about how I'm a full-blown communist, but I still love, the Second Amendment because of the fascists in our government. I mean, this is Nazi nipples right here, right? This guy is like the worst of the worst of the worst. This is DSA on fucking steroids over here.
Yes.
So he must lose. Everyone in the GOP needs to understand that in Maine, that, this guy's got to lose. Keep attacking this guy, drive his negatives. Nobody knows who he is. They think of him as like an ex-military farmer. That is all bullshit. This guy is as radical and extremist as they could possibly get.
And then you have the softcore pussies in the GOP of Maine basically doing nothing to attack him except this lightweight bullshit and their Maine Wire, the conservative media of Maine, which is run by the Heritage Foundation, Soros money. They're pieces of shit too. So they're all co-opted and corrupted. So they basically realize, let's get Janet enough money to buy her off, even though she has a lot from her illegalities and the shit that she covers up. So a lot of that campaign money that she raised, we're talking well over $100 million. I don't have the exact money, but I'm sure it's all going to be returned. Have no fear.
Oh yeah, of course
Then,
it will be. Sure.
young, energetic Susan Collins. I really don't like Janet Mills. She's a friend, and it should have been. It was a really hard decision, and she had a life of service, a life of corruption, because he's a disgusting former cokehead, probably not former, piece of shit, vile, evil demon. So screw her. And the GOP of Maine is basically just doing these lightweight, softcore pussy ads. They're raising money, but what are they doing with it? So my guesstimate is either he A, wins, or B, she wins because she's already bought it. And if she does win, she will resign after her friend Bellows becomes governor. And if she becomes governor, then she could take heed knowing that one of her commie friends will therefore be, you could say there'll be a special election. It doesn't roll like that in Maine. So they'll appoint a radical, one way or another, they're getting a radical communist, a rhino piece of shit or a radical communist. It's so I guess in
shit in one hand, wish in the other, see which one fills up first.
So right in Dan Smurglio. This is a protest vote, an FU vote, because they can't stop that. I mean, who the hell are they to say that I'm banned from running, and then the other guys, Carmen and whomever else, were banned from running.
Yeah, they literally say that on Ballotpedia. Yeah. These people are disqualified from running.
Right?
I'm like, what the hell?
How can you do that? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe you have a lawsuit. They don't give you a reason.
Of course
Look it up. Yeah. It says it literally right there. It's crazy. I
remember somebody saying that. Like I said, I haven't told Hollis about that, but that's a mind-blowing one. Like, I'm banned? I mean, at least wait until after the primary to try to mask your bullshit a little bit, but they don't.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
That's how corrupt they are. So I'm not going to stop until the former corrupt state police officer from Massachusetts, who now is the head of the GOP of Maine, literally corrupt and was removed from the job and had to leave the job, asked to resign to cover up his criminal past. Like, I'm going to tear that all down. I'm going to expose it all like I promised I would. Everything from the sex trafficking to the drug trafficking, how they're all in on it, how they're all involved, and I'm going to destroy them. Why? Because yes, though I am so
they deserve it.
They do deserve it. They do deserve it. And I'm not from there, so they can't threaten the family, disappear my family, or anything else. So they get what they deserve. But it's sick, and that's the point. It's sick. So what they do is nauseating. And we were talking the other night. It's like there's so many candidates, good candidates out there that should be given a chance, but they're going more hardcore than ever before to silence any opposition. So therein lies my problem with Pratt. But then, it's like, oh, he just pops out of nowhere and all of a sudden, oh, everybody loves him. He's so great. He's so fantastic. Saying the right things. But again, in California, what can you expect? Mayor of Los Angeles.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Even if he does half the things that he says he's going to do, he's still better than those two communists.
I agree.
Which are going to completely open up the borders again, more voter fraud, all this welfare that coming in, more fraud. So at least he sounds like he's going to do something. I mean, he put it this way. I saw him on Adam Carolla, and he was talking about the DSA and saying how the DSA has taken over the left. Now, whether he was ever a Democrat or not, I don't know. But the fact that he knew that shows me that he knows kind of what's going on. And he knows how to attack these people. So he could win and become a moderate. I don't know. Even a moderate in California is better than a communist.
That's my point.
So we'll see what happens. But he could be conservative too. We don't know.
And that's the thing. You don't know. So either he knows better or one of his many consultants say, hey, say this to appeal to a certain base. And
True. But it would still be better than what they got.
Either way, it's better, because in California, you have to take literally just the best you possibly can of the worst and hope for something. Because California is, like I've said before, and I say it many times, I know they don't believe in God there, but I believe in God, and I want that final quake to come, send their ass out into the ocean, and I'll become president and nuke it. I mean, we
need a 9.8 on the Richter scale in the heart of Haight-Ashbury. That's what I always say.
I agree. And it's sad, too, because California was a beautiful state. It's just destroyed now.
It's the only thing that'll clean it up, honestly. Hate to say it.
You need a fresh start. You know what I mean?
Need a fresh start. Start in the ocean. Start in the ocean and move back to the mainland.
Start with some salt water. Get out there. Float away for a good,
salt water's good for your skin, by the way.
Exactly. So, It's good for the normies out there. Not the normies, the psychopaths. So let them go float out to sea a little bit. I'm all about that. But it's sick, dude. It's just sick.
It is.
And it's California was never supposed to be this way. And I don't know. Whatever. They made their homage to the devil. That's what they wanted. That's what they were all about. And good on them. Good on them. So let's hope.
We'll see if they truly want change. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Did Trump endorse him yet or no?
I don't know. I didn't hear that he did or that he didn't. So I don't know. I don't think
I imagine it'll be coming.
I hope so. But then again, that could hurt it. In California, that might hurt it.
Yeah, I know.
There's so many fake Republican, moderate rhino idiots. I mean, there's some good conservatives there too. But
I know. All right, wait. So here we go. Here's. We're gonna move on to this one right now. What?
Oh yeah.
Do this. Okay. Here we go.
This is good.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Good clip.
Geraldo brought up this idea that the left and the right are equal when it comes to calls for violence or acts of violence. You have done an amazing job of digging through the data, and what did you find?
All right, so Geraldo, see if you find this compelling.
Okay.
All right? So it seems to me that there are three main sources that you hear a lot from the mainstream media that allegedly prove that the problem we have right now with political violence is a both sides problem. There's the Cato Institute, there's the Prosecution Project out of the University of Cincinnati, and then there's the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Now, these are all always shared by the likes of The Economist, the Wall Street Journal today shared Center for Strategic and International Studies. The problem is when you dig down into that data, it is so deeply flawed. Let me just give you a few examples, okay? The Prosecution Project, supposed to list all of the acts of political violence in America, does not list Charlie Kirk's assassination, does not list Trump's assassination attempts, does not list any George Floyd violence. 24 Americans lost their lives during those riots, not listed. But every white nationalist who's a drug dealer, that gets listed. So they list 33 white Aryans, Aryan Nation people who had a meth lab. This is political violence because they happen to be white nationalists. All right, Cato does not list the 9/11 victims, does not list any George Floyd violence. Center for Strategic and International Studies, where does it get its data from? The ADL, highly partisan, and the Southern, which just was revealed to have allegedly been funding the very racists that they were supposed to be fighting. And finally, I just have to mention this, the Center for Strategic and International Studies has in its methodology section, it says all anti-Semitism is right-wing. Any attacks on Jews or Jewish institutions, they reclassified it. If it was in the name of Palestinians, they reclassified it as ethno-nationalist. So by their definition, there's no such thing as left-wing anti-Semitism, which we all know is just nonsense. This is the data. It is flawed. Shame on the Wall Street Journal and shame on The Economist because they're giving a flawed view. And I totally agree with Katie. We can't. It would be so nice to say, kumbaya, we all share the problem. You cannot fix a problem if you are lying about what it is.
Boom. There it is. We've been talking about this for a while. This is not a both sides bullshit. That bullshit needs to end. This is coming only and solely from the left. It is coming so much from the left that they have to create shit on the right just to try to say the argument that it's, quote, both sides. And we know that that's all bullshit because the SPLC is going down because of it. And probably Act Blue and Soros and many of these other organizations out there. But this notion that somehow people are radicalized on the right and are going after people and killing people, total fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty laughable. I'm sure Geraldo gave a wonderful lie there because, it's what he does. He's a bullshit artist. But this guy's like 85 years old or some shit and still, I mean, man. And News Nation, man, it is definitely the home of all the Fox News castoffs. But anyway, castaways and CNN castaways. But the report is damn spot on, and it's about time it gets called out. Now, it's funny, anti-Semitism is only, of the right, according to that report. That's interesting. I mean,
It's all on the left.
Right?
All of it.
Historically go back, it was socialists that were, the whole the little event called the Holocaust and everything else. And, all
National Socialist, anyone?
Yeah. So, nationalist, Aryan nation, all that, they're real conservative. Oh yeah, they're real conservative. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they definitely subscribe to, what? I mean, I could list off 30 different things. I mean, yeah, we're definitely akin there, right? It's laughably bad. And this is the excuse they keep trying to make. That's why kudos to Gutfield for destroying What's Her Nuts there on the 5, and kudos to these people who are actually saying it and speaking up and speaking truth because, again, using the SPLC, who, again, we should be in a lawsuit with right now, using those scumbags who have been outed and exposed for what they are, they're gonna feed you the data that it suits them and literally keeps them, keeps their coffers full.
We want their yacht money.
Oh yeah,
that's what we want. We're coming for
great.
it.
We should come for all of it.
We're going to get a class action going. Once they're convicted, class action. We need to reach out to some lawyers, any groups out there, American Center for Law and Justice, Tom Fitton Judicial Watch, America First Legal, any of those folks, reach out to us. Yeah. We're on the list, and we want to be compensated.
Exactly. We deserve to be compensated for what they've done. But, again, this is your source that you're citing to dispel the notion that the left wing is violent at all. Yes, because on the right, we have many radical, radical she-males and trannies going around with guns and shooting up schools and everything else. And, all this, it's all of the right. Yes, because we believe in that. We do. We believe in killing the Jews, hating the Jews, because that's the right thing. No, and see, that brings you back to the other problem, which goes to the woke Reich, which are just leftists, they're just liberals, they're just playing a role, and they're doing it on purpose to try to taint the water, taint the pool, so to speak. Exactly. They're paid political whores, doing what they do best, and just trying to make it look like, oh, look, the right's bad too. All right. If you consider Nick Fuentes a bastion for conservatism, who's telling you to vote Democrat, by the way, or Alex Jones, or these heroes that are somehow seriously, it's just
then you suffer from anal cranial inverginitis, aka known as head and ass disease.
That's the truth, and all I could say about that is, I could say so much, dude. I could say so much because it makes me angry. But since you left me a perfect segue, head and ass disease, and we might as well talk about the vagina. I mean, that
was a good one right there.
Thank you. We need to wait a minute. I want to start this over, and I don't know how.
Yeah. So this is the most incredible invention that should have been invented years and years and years ago. And ladies in particular, listen up.
Okay, you ready? I can't make it any bigger, apparently. This is it. So here we go.
Web of barbs on the inside. After insertion, you can't see it or feel it. Of course, our first priority in mind was women's safety. We have relentlessly designed and tested the product to make sure that no harm could be done to the user when inserted or removed. If a rapist attempts to penetrate the Venus Guard user, they will enter the Venus Guard device, no matter their size. Upon the first withdrawal, the barbs attach themselves onto the skin of the assailant and slips the Venus Guard device out of the user. The device is physically attached to the rapist, much like a Chinese finger trap. The assailant would be incapacitated by the pain caused by the embedded barbs. Any further movement will drive the barbs deeper into the attacker's flesh. The men which have helped us in testing our product have testified that the pain was unbearable, that it was very difficult to move and impossible to focus on anything besides asking for help to get it removed. The device can't be cut or removed unless by a clinician in a hospital setting. For more information, visit our website for our instructional manual. Our device is not yet available for sale. It has been tested and approved by over 500 women worldwide, but we have to do a lot more testing before we're able to sell it in stores near you. If everyone who saw this video donated even a small amount, this could become a reality for all of us soon. Please donate, interact with this video, and follow us, and share our cause in any way you can. Thank you for helping us in our movement on women's justice.
All right. Is this satire?
Wow.
I mean,
I don't know. First and foremost, it should be called penis guard. And if not penis guard, it should be called at least vagina guard, not Venus guard. But here's my thoughts on this. It's pretty simple, okay? First and foremost, I think it's a great invention because obviously it would save so many women from being raped. And think about if you had this, 20, 30, 40 years ago, how many women's lives would have not have been, destroyed with rape and all these other things and having all these trust issues in relationships and all that. So I see that aspect of it, obviously. But let's flip it onto the other side. What about the lover that for whatever reason gets dumped by the guy and says, oh, hey, why don't we have makeup sex? She puts this thing in and she just absolutely mangles his dick. And now he's done for life, right? So I think there can be a vindictive use for this as well. So I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about this. Obviously, we don't want to see women get raped. We don't want to see them, be taken advantage of by people. But the other side of this is, well, vindictive women could use this, against men who didn't rape them, but they just wanted to get back at them. So I don't know. This is, what's your thoughts on it? I'm a little.
I'm gonna piss off some feminists somewhere here, but okay, here we go. So insert a cone with razor barbs into your vagina and live with it all the time in case you're raped. Can people stop attacking the fucking vagina and stop attacking the uterus of women? They will do anything to fucking, because this will cause cancer, guaranteed. This will cause all types of issues for women, which is what they want with population control and reduction. They want to stop women from having babies. If you live in a place where you need to put a fucking cone with razors inside of it because of the case that you might be raped, then maybe you should fucking move, okay? Maybe you should go somewhere else, or maybe address the fact that maybe you have rapists running around, because the only good rapist, in my opinion, is a dead one, along with a pedophile, okay? So literally, if this isn't satire, this is another assault on women's reproductive health, and that's what the real feminists should be freaking saying. Said, this is great. I'm going to start a cone with razors in it inside my vagina, and I'm going to wear it 24/7, and only a clinician can remove it. Oh, so you got to pay the fucking doctor to go there and have them remove said razor wire barb cone from my freaking vagina because I didn't want to get raped.
Here's the other part of this. It's in, I guess, production. So in other words, it hasn't come out onto the market yet or anything like that. But look, I see this thing as just like what you said. And the thing, well, if you saw the ad and if you remember in the ad, they said something about if they put it in themselves, it doesn't hurt them or anything like that. But the thing is, you're right. Why should women have to stoop to this level to keep people from fucking raping them?
Give them a gun.
Exactly. Take a gun instead. I agree. Yeah. You want to rape me? Boom. Blow what off.
All these shits, these IUDs or whatever the hell they're called, and all the crap that has been proven to cause cancer in women and cause women,
including birth control pills.
Yeah, birth control. Women that are 18 in their 20s getting hysterectomies. Oh, because you have, well, no, because I put this in and I had adverse side effects. So let's take everything out. I mean, it's disgusting. And just the fact that they show women empowerment and it's a freaking cartoon of a woman with her fist up with a hijab on should tell you exactly what this is. This is probably sent by a fucking IRGC fucking whatever. And the men that have tested this, who would test it?
Yeah, who would test this? Exactly. I mean, you saw what it did to that carrot. Jeez.
Yeah,
I mean, my dick fucking hurts right now just thinking about that.
Stick your schlong in the name of science to test it. It's empowering.
Oh my God.
Like it's just sick, all right? And this is you can hate me for saying it. This isn't call somebody who cares about women more than these fucktards do, paid for by the people who want to kill your babies and cause you to not have fucking children or families, all right? Saying you need a gun. You don't need a fucking razor barb fucking cone in your twat. You need a gun, okay? And you need to move.
Eloquently put, by the way.
Thank you.
Must say.
Sorry, everybody. I don't know how to say that nicely, but it's disgusting. It is freaking disgusting. It's empowering to go out and have unprotected sex and get abortions, okay? You know, it's empowering to shove this ring inside of me. Oh, it may cause my ovaries to just die and dry up. Well, are you 50? No, 21, but that's okay, you know? Oh, then maybe you should become a man. Oh, maybe.
We just saw the other show where we showed the population, right? Yeah. We saw China and India and all the rest of them, and we're at like number 8.
Yeah.
It's because of our disgusting ideology in this country about killing babies.
It's sickening. And I'm sorry I get a little hot over that one, but it's freaking bullshit, all right? My God.
Can't wait to see the comments on that one. That's going to be
well, you know what? If people have an issue with what I said, they can kindly go fuck themselves too. You know, because I'm sorry. It's like, it's just, enough's enough, man. Like, you know, it's too damn much, you know? Anyway.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I agree with the gun part. Absolutely. You know,
that's
how you kill a rapist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Teach women how to use weapons. And there's a lot of women that know how to use guns.
Yeah, there's a lot of concealed carry that has gone on. I think it was like a 300 or 400% increase during the auto pen years for women that now own guns and firearms. It's great. I love it.
Why empower women? No, let's put a cone in with razors in your side vagina. I'm sure it can't cause any issues. No,
I'm sure it's not cancerous at all.
No, not cancerous. Not at all. No, it's all good. Anyway, we need some levity here. So let's move on to this next one because, you know, I need something. That just angers me. Maybe I care about women more than women care about themselves in the warped ass libtard world. You know, Anyway, okay. You want it bigger or you want it this big?
Whatever. I mean, if you can get it bigger, that's fine.
Let me see what I could do here. Sorry, people. I get a little fired up. You know? Oh, well, I guess that's it. All right. There you go. That's as good as it's going to get. So here we go. Let me go back. And here we go.
Theo's like, he's such a sweet boy. Anyone knows dogs. Like, he's a classic lab. He loves everyone, wants to play with everyone. But I won't let him play with pits. Because the thing is, pit bulls are like Muslims. By the way, the few people who aren't excited about this are the pit bull owners in this room. Listen, they're not all violent. Most of them aren't, but somehow almost every violent attack happens with them. They're like the Al-Qaeda sleeper cell of dogs, you know? You'll see a pet for years, so happy, so sweet, and then they get a signal that we don't see, and they're activated, and your face is torn off. And then you have some liberal white woman defending it, saying that you shouldn't put it down, and that somehow it was your fault. They're like, well, all the ones that I grew up with were super peaceful. Great, we should put them in our dog parks because it worked out so well in all the other dog parks, right? This is a breed that was they made it just recently. It's meant for illegal fighting. And we have to pretend that all those years of inbreeding and raising them from a young age to fight, like that just goes away and suddenly they're westernized, domesticated. You have to wonder if it's a practicing pit. And you know, this isn't a metaphor for anything.
That's great. That's just absolutely great.
I love that one. I saw that clip. I was like, oh, this is a good one for sure.
No, that's perfect, dude. I mean, that's just yes, please. Yeah. There's no comment needed on that one because it's fantastic.
Not really. Just the fact that she's absolutely correct. Let's just face it. Yes. Muslims are like pit bulls. They're even worse. You know, and the majority of them are dangerous and want to kill us and want to bite us and want to do whatever and tear us apart. and they're invading too, just like in the dog parks, like she said. So
it's bad when you got to put
on
it.
her.
Well, that's a good Muslim. You know, that's a good Muslim. That's a bad Muslim. Not all Muslims are. Oh my God.
Oh, please.
Yeah, it's the world we live in.
Good
So
one is
now,
a dead one.
right? Let's go.
I said it.
You're gonna have the jihad coming for you. I'm gonna have the braided.
It wouldn't be the
armpit
first
hair
time. Bring it on.
Yeah,
Bring it on. That's what I say.
that's okay. All right, here we go. This is more serious.
Oh boy.
Hey, play. What's wrong with you?
Ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I can't do this. They don't take it for none of the chip. None of the chips. None of the things.
I can't read no more.
Only these. It's ridiculous. It has to come back.
Do it again.
Okay, we're only gonna be able to get the vegetables.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then we'll take the turkeys then. We can only get the broccoli now. The broccoli, the vegetables. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
That spelling is fantastic.
Me too,
We're gonna
Mom.
have to come back. Okay, this is all.
That's it, right? Yeah. I know.
You have
I
to.
have to go back. All of it.
First
I
off,
love it. I
that wasn't-
absolutely love it.
Who did
So
I
this
vote
dumb
for?
bitch doesn't want to feed her children healthy foods.
Yeah.
Too bad. That's what I say. If you're on government assistance and you want to get fucking ho-hos and ding-dongs and yodels and all that other shit and soda and everything else, that's bad for you. Why should we have to pay for it? So I'm glad that the government stepped in and they put 18 states so far, hopefully more to follow, but 18 states now ban any of those products through the QR codes and everything else for SNAP benefits. So fuck you and your Cheetos and your Doritos and your chips and all your bullshit. Eat healthy and take care of your children. That's what I say.
Damn straight, you know, and that's because it's people like that that use and abuse the system and but actually have to go and spend their own cash that they do have. And most
Exactly.
of these people
Yeah.
getting government
You want to
benefits.
buy that stuff? I don't believe. I'm not the food police. You should be able to buy whatever you want to buy, but not on the government's dime. Period.
Yeah.
End of story.
Exactly. Because there are some people out there that actually, you know, in a certain moment in time might need food assistance. And, oh, guess what? There's no money available for you because these fucks
Yeah.
have been taking it forever and buying all their shit, all their junk food, all their crap. And let's not forget the cash assistance, too, that they get as well.
Yeah.
Cash benefits. They go out and buy their TVs and buy this, and buy clothes and buy everything else. Oh, no, thank you. Funded by we, the taxpayer. So,
Yeah.
you know what? Good. What'd you say, 17 or 18 states?
18 states
18
and
states?
counting.
Good.
I love Brooke Rollins. She's just awesome. Secretary of Agriculture. She's just amazing.
Isn't
She
she
is
a
really, really
liberal?
good. No, not at
No,
all. She's
not
MAGA
her.
hardcore, dude.
Labor.
MAGA
Department of
hardcore.
Labor is the.
Yeah, that's a. She's gone. I think.
Yeah,
Forget her
she's
name.
gone.
Doremus or some shit.
Something
I
like
forget
that.
her
Yeah. No,
I don't
Rollins.
know.
Yeah.
But
no.
Rollins has been with Trump since the beginning. I mean, since the the escalator basically. She was in the with him in the first administration, not as a cabinet position, but working with him and things like that. And then of course, after they stole the election from him, those 4 years, she was a huge part of setting up what was going to be for his new term. So she's great. She's awesome. Yeah. And they're getting rid of fraud in the SNAP programs and all that. And they're making it much smaller. Less people on it. Now they have work requirements again. Oh, gee, gosh, a work requirement. Even Bill Clinton signed that into law in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that they're complaining about having to work. I think it's like 20 hours a week. Oh, gee,
yeah,
so
20
sorry
hours.
about that. Give me a break.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I could go off. I could go off for a whole hour on that shit. So All right. Next video. This is another good clip. We're trying to get him in. So, but this one plays on its own and I can't pause it. So I got to, I'm going to put it here and then I'm going to go back. Got to go back. And then
This is really interesting.
Rewind. Wait, let me turn this on and then rewind this back. And
People
there you
do
go.
want accountability, not just for the fraudsters, but some of the state actors. Is there a way to hold state actors accountable? Kaylee, I was shocked when I saw that language you put up on the screen. As you know, I worked at the Justice Department after 9/11, and one of the things we wanted to do was crack down on money laundering, on support for these foreign terrorist groups. These people are in a lot of trouble. This is not just overpayments. This is not just, as we're talking about the other day, criminal fraud. Now that you're seeing the money end up in the hands of foreign terrorist organizations, the Justice Department's Counterterrorism and National Security Division should now get involved and see whether any of these state officers knew or were abetting these money transfers. Because if they did, they are giving material support to terrorists, and they could go to jail for a very long time.
Wait, so elected representatives or those who work in government could, in fact, be held accountable. There's not any sort of immunity that would stop this.
Of course not. Remember, there was the case of the state judge up, I think, in Wisconsin, who tried to hide an illegal alien from federal officers. That was obstruction of justice. This is worse. This is not just state officers who are impeding federal investigators. These are state officers who might have tried to cover up money transfers that were going to foreign terrorist groups. If any of those people knew that was going on and tried to help them, they might be guilty of one of the worst crimes in the code book, which is materially supporting enemies of the United States, foreign terrorist groups. And that is not just a slap on the wrist, not just not a fine. That's many, many years in prison.
Wow. That is, I have not heard this before. Thank you so much for this. We're going to pass that along. We're going to keep on that statue. Please come back. You know, you're my favorite, Professor.
Okay. Thanks,
all right.
Interesting.
I love it.
I love it too. You know,
and this should be easy to prove, by the way, folks, because look, the bottom line, exactly what he said. If they can prove, which should be very simple, and I'll explain why in a second, but if they can prove that any of that fraudulent money went back to Somalia, which we know it did, and ended up in the hands of the Al-Shabaab terrorist organization, now you're financing, aiding and abetting a terrorist organization that's been on the list of banned terrorist organizations. Bye-bye, dickheads.
Yep.
20 years plus. Guaranteed.
That's how you stop it. I mean, that's it stops when
and
you
it'll
hold
be easy.
one
It'll be
accountable.
easy to prove, not just with, you know, feeding our futures and all the others, all the rest of the fraud that we see in the daycare centers and all that. What about the fact that there was suitcases of millions of dollars going in and out of Minneapolis airport to Somalia and back for years? So you know where that money went. You know, it went to Al-Shabaab. So this is going to be an easy one. 20 plus years, you watch. It could be all of them. It could be, what's his name, Walls. It could be Jacob Frey. It could be Keith Ellison. It could be, what's the other one? There's another one in there. Ilhan, obviously. I'm pretty sure she'll get wrapped up in this. I mean, all the city officials, all the people in the Minnesota legislature that knew about this and let this go on, all the zoning people, the commercial people that were renting to these businesses. I'm telling you, there's 8,000 plus fraud investigations going on right now. And so these people are done. They are done, especially the terrorist ones.
It can't come soon enough because I want them all held accountable. I want them all to rot and die in jail as far as I'm concerned because of what they've done. They lived high on the hog while everybody else suffers, and the literally funding people who kill Americans and depriving. It's disgusting. It's sickening. Anybody who makes excuses for these people, as far as I'm concerned, they should be charged as accomplices. You know, even the excuse makers. You want to defend this type of it's evil. It's flat out
indefensible.
Evil.
It's indefensible. Absolutely.
No, it's just so bad. So freaking bad. All right. We have one last clip to play here, people. All right. And we could try to play the whole one. It's 4 minutes and 45 seconds, though. So I don't know if we can.
Oh, let's give it a shot.
We'll give it a shot. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see. All right. That's not bad.
Oh, okay. I know what this is. This is so sweet.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
Your parents home?
they're sleeping.
Okay, what's your name?
Nico,
Hi, Nico. How are you?
good.
Is everything okay?
No.
What happened? What's wrong?
There's a monster under my brother's bed.
There's a monster underneath your brother's bed?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Did you let your parents know?
No.
You just called 911?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Can you tell me what the monster looks like?
It looks big teeth, black teeth.
He's black with
has
big
like a
teeth?
single last year because the police came again.
Oh my goodness. All right. Did you hear any noises or anything, or
No, like
scratching sounds? Oh my goodness. All right.
I love how the kid's dressed.
Do you want to?
No.
Do you think we can cover this with your? Is that a Nerf gun?
Yeah.
You think we can handle it, or should we call the SWAT team?
Me and you.
Me? Okay, we can do that. Do you know what the SWAT team is?
Yeah.
What are they?
They're the professional police officers, and they're very technical. They are the best dogs.
Really? Yeah, little bugs here. What else? That's awesome.
Yeah.
You see this thing right here? I'm actually a SWAT guy.
Ooh.
I know. So I think we can handle it. You want to show me where your brother's room is?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this real quick.
Can you be in the front?
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
I'll record.
Okay, I'm following you. I don't know. Where's the room? At the end here?
This way.
It's a nice house.
Down the hall.
To the right?
Yeah.
We'll make it a 3:32
Go this way. Under the bed.
Okay, I'm just taking a quick look around. It's a nice room. This is your room or is your brother's? Okay. Some monsters underneath the bed?
Yeah.
Where's his brother?
Let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness. I think I know what's scaring you. What is this thing? Is this the thing? Is this the monster?
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I think it's just a toy, buddy. You want me to get rid of it for you? Maybe we can put it outside so you can get some sleep tonight?
Yeah.
All right. No problem. Wow, you did the right thing. I know you were nervous, but next time you got to tell your parents, okay? All right, let's take a little walk here.
What parent can sleep through this, by the way?
What is this? Was this like a Halloween mask or something?
I don't know.
That's what I'm
I don't
wondering.
know how it ended up in your bed. You know what? This would scare me. I have a
Parents
little boy
didn't
your
wake up
age
at any
too.
point,
I know he would. This would really scare him also.
It's not like he's whispering.
right?
Wow. Okay. I think it's like motion sensor. It just goes on and off, huh?
His radio's going off.
You know what?
Yeah.
You did some excellent job. We didn't need the SWAT team, so I'm gonna go get you something from my car real quick. Okay? You're gonna really like it. So stay right here. I'm gonna put this guy in the back seat. Okay? Super cute. this
Flashing
kid.
lights, cop cars,
Right?
and you don't wake up? And where's
I
the
know.
other kid?
I know. Where's the brother and where's the parent?
Did the monster eat him?
Hey, is that like a challenge coin?
You know what this is? It's a SWAT team challenge medal. Because now you're an official SWAT team member. Do you know that?
Aw.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, Nico, it was great to meet you, all right? You think you can get some sleep now?
Yeah.
All right, you have a great night, okay, buddy? Yeah, lock your door, okay? I want to see it lock. You got it? There you go. Push.
All cops are bad, right?
Damn.
Yes, the cops are evil. They have no heart. They have no conscience. They have no love for anyone, right? This is what the left likes to say. So I thought that was a sweet video, but there's a couple of problems here.
Yeah, there's a couple problems
There's
there.
a couple of problems. Number one, he called 911 wasting taxpayer dollars because of a monster under the bed.
Yeah.
I would really hope that the officer would have taken him aside and explained to him that you do not call 911 for a monster under the bed. You only call 911 if there's a serious emergency. So that would have been number one. But number two, how the hell did the parents not wake up? I mean, you've got sirens outside, so you can see the lights, I'm sure. And of course, you can hear the door. You can hear the kid. Where was the other kid, right? Was he sleeping with them? Who knows? I mean, I'm not saying it was staged. I'm not saying that. but there's a lot more questions than answers. Let's just say.
It's a little odd, and an underage child is letting the cops into their home. It's like there's a lot of things with that one, but still, all in all, good on the cops. I mean, it just shows like they're not all big bad evil people. Like
exactly, and that's why we wanted to show it because we wanted to.
No, it was
obviously
it was,
our audience doesn't think that, but
No.
so many other people do for whatever stupid reason.
Yeah.
And so it's good to remind people that the cops are the good guys.
Exactly, the dotards of the world. Anyway, there's the
there
book.
it is. Wow, it's time already, huh?
It is time already. I went by really quick.
Cow.
I went by
That
really
was
quick,
fast,
right? So
there it is, folks. Preserving Liberty. Check it out. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it on Barnes and Nobles. I think you can get it at Walmart. I think you can get it at Target, a bunch of other places. But Amazon is best because you can leave a comment afterwards, and it helps with the algorithm, so I appreciate it. Also, if you want to get the digital copy, join the Substack, become a paid member, and I will email you a PDF copy of Preserving Liberty. So jbushow.substack.com.
Well done. And well, that's it.
That's it, man.
We have a
Hopefully everyone enjoyed the show. It was, had its interesting moments for sure.
My vagina monologues.
Oh, your vagina, the new vagina monologues. There it is.
That's right, for 2026. Dan does vagina monologues.
Dan does vagina monologues. Matter of fact, I might even use that as part of the title. That's so good.
Might as well. What the hell? I mean, I give a
The Vagina Monologues by Dan Smoriglio. That's perfect.
Yes, I gave a passionate rant about the globalist. No, about vaginas. All right, that's it's aggravating.
Yeah,
but no, I mean, always a good show. And again, we have Holistics tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time with her very first official musical guest, Must Kill Chris, coming straight from the UK. Late for him, but she's going to be live, and she's another guest on Thursday night with an author. Thursday night's our big night. She's live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, but then Thursday night she's doing her show with an author, and it's going to be really cool. And it's all about self-empowerment, healing themselves, and then that goes right into Politishock, and then obviously our Hour of Rage, and then we got to do a hard stop and then go right into the debut of Ocean. So it's going to be a long night on Thursday. Not that it usually isn't, but it's going to be fun. So a lot of programming this week. So again, everybody, VOPUSARadio.com. And, the links are all in the show description for the books, for the Substack, for the website, and also right there, we can go and donate, you cheap bastards. Maybe actually go and throw $1 to real independent media. Millions of you watch because you're sick voyeurs, but you're all cheap as hell. So maybe, again, donate to people who actually put the money back into what they're doing and make it better for you to continue to watch for free and no subscription costs. So donate. And if you're listening, it's buymeacoffee.com/VOPUSA radio. Don't be cheap. And other than that, that's all I've got. So, Josh, always a good time, brother.
God bless.
Thank you.
We'll see you on Thursday.
Yes, we will see you all on Thursday night for Politishock's Hour of Rage at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So, thank you all. Hope you enjoyed the show. And the chat was kind of quiet tonight, so shout out to all of you, but we'll see you soon. And good night.
Rage of Aquarius with your hosts, Dan Smoriglio and Josh Bernstein, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Voice of the People USA Radio and Television Network. Download our apps on Android and Apple to never miss a show. Watch at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Roku TV, Fire TV, and Android TV, or visit VOPUSARadio.com.
Good show.